Hello, everyone. Yeah, we did it. The release date. Yay! I think I'm going to switch over to the game real quick because that's what you're here for, and then we'll be joined by some other developers, who can answer you some questions you may have about the mod or about release. I think, yeah. So let's jump right in. Hello, you can be heard now, I think, yeah?
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Hey there.
Hello.
All right, so as you see, we're currently in the main menu. I'm going ahead and jumping right in. That is, if I can find a right character to play. We thought of playing somewhere in Morrowind today, playing a Dunmer and hopefully involving some magic somehow. And we'll be playing in our 440 bookmark because 450 is very much work in progress at the moment. And that's the entire map. For I think someone was asking. Oh. Actually, give me a moment. Oh no.
Are you in multiplayer?
No, I'm not. I am not logged into my Paradox account.
Okay. Do you want to fix that real quick, and we'll do a little segment with questions and answers?
Yes, I shall do so.
All right. So we're open for any questions. Any questions you have about the mod at all, we'll talk about them, and we'll do that throughout the night. And just really anything you want to know about the mod, about the release date, about the features. We're here, and feel free to ask questions. Everyone's a bit quiet right now. Apparently, our audios are quiet. Or is that a problem? Is that just Alpha Sword, or is anybody else having issues hearing us? Explain Somerset. I mean, I've already explained all there is about Somerset. What's up with Alamo? Great question. Will this mod be released on Steam or another platform? The current plan is to release it on Steam, but it might be released. It will probably be released on GitHub as well, so you can just
yeah, and maybe on the Paradox mod thing.
maybe on a
We're not
Paradox.
sure,
yeah, we're not fully decided yet. Is Roscrea planned for the mod? Other lands outside of Terminal are planned for the mod, but they will be added later. They won't be in on release. How's the magic system going? Anarchas here has been doing great work on the magic system. Really, really good work, and a lot of progress has been made recently.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I get into arguments with Anarchas every day, but we're making good progress.
And yes, there is a Khajiit moon system in the mod.
There is a Khajiit moon system. You can be different first dogs, but only bipedal ones at the moment.
Yes, only bipedal.
How do buildings and economy work? Any changes to vanilla? There are new buildings, there are special buildings, but for the most part, it is vanilla. Will hybridization be something that will be looked at post-release? Possibly. It's hard to tell right now. Can we get a mudcrab pad? I don't know. Can we? Is there a mudcrab pad? I don't know.
Yeah, you can play as vampires and immortal characters, and Hakon is on the map.
There's not a mudcrab pet yet. I'm sorry.
Answer the question.
There is a mudcrab hat.
There is a mudcrab
there's
hat.
There will be a mudcrab pet at some point.
Will it slowly be present in the game? No, not at the moment. There's no flow.
And all of Tamriel. So yes, Black Marsh will be playable, as is all of Tamriel.
Fellas, the other devs, you can launch up your games. We can hot join. Hopefully
yeah. So we're working on very hot code right now. We're trying to get a multiplayer running. If it works, it works.
If
it doesn't, it doesn't. All right.
Or are you planning on collabing with with another team like Beyond Skyrim. We always take inspiration from other projects, but as we said in the interview, it's always a combination of our own stuff and lore and what we find on lore and things from other projects. So the Roscrea you see in Elder Kings will most likely be unique to the Roscrea you might see in Beyond Skyrim. Do you know how you plan to handle races and cultures? We're long past that point. we have a full species system. Pretty much every culture is set up. Not all of the cultures are as fleshed out as each other. Not all of them have custom traditions, but all of the cultures and all of the species are already on the map. The ones in Tamriel anyway, except Minotaurs.
Yet.
Yet, yeah.
Can you guys
How do
join,
the
or
differences
can you
and
detect the
pacts work?
game?
Do they exist
I'm
all?
trying.
I'm still loading up the game,
Yeah.
so well, you can
Yeah.
start playing though because we can hot join. So
Yeah, we can.
All right,
you should be able
then
to start
I'll try to find a mage character, which I can't do.
if your questions have been missed, I don't answer them for a while. I probably didn't see them, so just ask again, and I'll
Yes, Hakon does start as a vampire.
do you plan
vampires
on
are in the
implementing
game.
some of the other mechanics we saw in ModCon terraforming, for example? Terraforming was
Maybe.
made with the help of one of our team members.
So
But
the answer is maybe, really.
that is maybe, but we aren't planning on it. It's not something we
Yeah.
planned. Maybe
It
I don't
is
know. It's
currently
hard
not
to
a
tell
plan,
what
yeah.
we decide in the future, but currently no, it is not planned. The creatures you saw in Godherja as well. We probably will have something like that. We intend to at some point in the future, maybe at Alfiq. You know, the cat Khajiit. And you know who knows what else. Will breeding between races be similar to how it worked in EK1? No. Humans and elves can interbreed just fine, and it works with a standard vanilla CK3 ethnicity system, DNA system.
They look pretty cool.
So you will have half breeds that look like actual mixed race children, right? But when it comes to Khajiit and Argonians and so on, they can only breed with other members of their race. So you won't see human Khajiit crossbreeds, for example. Can Dunmer have purple eyes? I think so, but very rarely.
Yes,
Dunmer mostly
they
have red
can.
eyes.
I've
But
seen them before.
yeah, I think House Dunmer have purple eyes occasionally.
And gay marriage is in the mod just like it is in vanilla, so.
Can characters become liches? That's currently kind of up in the air right now. It depends on whether we get around to fixing some dark arts lifestyles and things like that. But you can start as characters who are already liches. I think there's at least one on the map.
I know
The one in
at
Black
least.
Marsh.
Yeah,
The one in Black Marsh, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only one.
Yeah.
You
But it
can
will be
also-
possible in the future. And you know, this is a key point to note. What you get on release is not the final version of the mod. We will keep working on a mod. And I think that's a big point that's worth bringing up is some features we originally planned to release on will no longer be making it to release because we wanted to release sooner. Because things like history and a map are already done, and we thought, okay, these really important elements are done now. The mod is playable, and even though it needs polish, and we're still finishing off certain key features, we have decided to not release with a Great Houses system. So that will be cut. Great Houses will be titular titles, and Morrowind will follow normal autocracy, which is our version of clan, and it's used, which is the government used across most of the map. And the patron interaction system currently, just total transparency, currently
I just
doesn't work.
one thing, because it popped up right at the moment. So I just got married, right? And by default, you will encounter some marriage feasts actually in Elder Kings.
Right, it's some cool new events again made by Narcos, who did a ton of flavor for the mod.
Yeah, some of them I actually want to rework a bit. Give it a little polish, but yeah.
These are some of your earliest ones, right? Some of the
Yeah. And some of the I added a bunch of them in like a bundle. I was just on a roll and I didn't have much attention to whether it should be character oriented, even like relationship wise, you know. So I just dropped the lore bit I wanted, and that was it. I want to flesh it out more a bit. The events themselves.
Um,
I'm
Can
still
you play
launching the game, by the way.
as-
Yeah.
yeah, I'm currently I'm actually in the game. I just didn't realize it over there.
Big goalposts we have after the initial release is obviously first of all finishing up some things, and then sometime in the future Atmora, Pionodea, and then Akavir right at the end, really.
Yeah. The main first goalpost, at least as far as we've talked about, is
Great
is
houses.
Great Houses and Morrowind flavor.
Yeah.
Some stuff there, and some Alma flavor as well. In terms of Alma have their own government type called ceremoniarchy, and there's some extra stuff there that can be added. But the main thing is really the Great Houses. We intend to add a Great Council system. So well, not much I can say about that right now, but in the future,
It is in the works.
post-release.
And yes, we decided to release on the meme date 11/11/22. Stay tuned.
The EK team generally avoids memeing too hard, right, guys?
Yes,
Right,
definitely.
yeah. 11 years after the release of
Yeah,
Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
exactly, exactly.
When you guys add more of it, better be the Frozen Meme Horde. There will not be the Frozen Meme Horde, actually.
They
So
might
to anyone
appear
looking-
at some later point as like some
Maybe
sort
as
of
like an
invasion
Easter egg or some
something.
crisis
Yeah,
or something,
but
yeah.
they-
We
Frozen
we
meme
know.
modes is not gonna be
Yeah,
a thing.
we're
if we
gonna
do.
try to stay closer to the lore sources we know, and the horde was there really as a kind of a workaround for non-existent terrain. I don't think we need to do that this time around. Other snake people and monkey people nation in the east, or Akavir will be added post-release.
We do have
possibly-
snake people though.
We do have Akaviri on Tamriel, but not the monkey people.
We did
Yeah, I
also
can actually show
change
some,
the
like,
lore somewhat.
the most famous
well,
Akaviri around
Akavi-
at the moment would be him, Aixneras Chorak, the
from the
last
trailer.
descendant of, from the trailer, the last descendant of the last proper potentate who
What branch are you on? Name?
develop.
Yeah, latest.
develop
I'm
yeah.
also in develop. Yeah.
Okay. Are you in, Don? Already?
No, I'm not in yet.
Yeah,
My game is taking a bit, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
so
Well, we have a while.
yeah, we
Ah,
have some while to
Fox.
go.
There are Fox people in Black Marsh, yes.
Does that
Yeah, so
include
I can show
Orsimer?
them
Yes,
also.
Orsimer count as elves.
Osma are elves for
How
our purposes.
fleshed out are
yes.
the goblins and weaklings?
Okay.
I'd say quite a
Fine,
lot.
Fox
Somewhat,
people.
yeah.
They have some
Yeah.
custom flavor, yeah.
Fox people.
How are
Actually,
you handling vampires as a
It's
race
a
or a trait?
race
It's
in
a trait.
barbershop active. Fox people.
I think about goblin and weaklings. I think we're at the maximum of flavor we can add to them without being too much. I think.
I think
I
we
don't
can
think- yeah.
probably, maybe change up some vanilla events so it's more suitable or something, but that's like really far kind of.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
too
yeah,
much
yeah,
priority
yeah.
at the
That's not
moment.
really
Makes sense.
necessary. I don't think we really, but I think Weaklings and Goblins they have custom flavor, they have custom stuff, they have custom men at arms. It's really all you want. Show the silver boys. Uh,
There are plans for Hjalgi early beard events, but they're not. There aren't any right now.
Yeah, Talos and late game stuff. It's not even started working on that yet. There
Yeah.
won't be in a release.
Yeah, we'll
It'll be
probably
added over
tackle
time.
that on in some sort of update at some point.
Is a goblin with a dwarf trait actually a green gnome? They actually end up being the same height. They look the same.
They're either the same height and possibly a bit taller, but
Sometimes a bit taller, yeah, actually.
yeah.
But giants work. Giant Reeklings are about human size.
There are a few date records playable on the map as well, yes.
Fuck. fox people. Yeah, we have fox people. We also have the silver people. Some people wanted to see some of the unique black marsh races, but they aren't really shown in games. Any plans for werewolves and vampires? You could reflavor the murder at court event line if it's easy. That is. Yeah, I mean, there's some vampire stuff implemented already. Vampirism is handled essentially as a coping mechanism, kind of. Your bloodthirst is like mechanically similar to vanilla coping mechanisms.
The UI is probably staying pretty similar to vanilla, because changing it is quite a bit of work.
Dwarf goblin being the same as normal goblins is up to normal goblin. Now, we could make even a shorter height variant. I think it's possible, but it's
Not really a priority, yeah.
it's not really something we need.
And here's Hakon, for those that were asking about him.
He's got some face paint on right now because I don't know.
It's a mod, probably.
Sometimes
maybe.
nodes
No,
just
it's not.
wear face
Yeah.
paint.
Falmer and
don't-
Dwemer will not be playable, as in they won't show up on the map, but you can pick them in the ruler designer, which is more or less fully supported.
Yeah, it's a bit janky at the moment, but it works. Is the aging of elves slower than other races? The child to teen to adult phases, no, but the adult to old person phases, yes. If you mix silver people and Outmud, you get gold people. Yeah, and if you mix Kafringi and Lebanese, for instance, you get bronze people.
Bronze people look great, actually.
You also get, like, which combination you get purple people? I know
You
I've
get
seen those
purple
before.
people if you get sometimes Kafringi and humans, but sometimes it's even more likely if you get Kafringi, human, and Donma mix. When you very likely to get like pale purple kind of. Yeah, there's some wacky stuff sometimes.
Mauma culture will be selectable in the ruler designer, and there is a single one around.
There's a single Mahoma character.
The Marmot? Oh yeah, I can show that one.
But they won't be. They won't have a big presence.
Yeah, they will
For
be added
first
later
releases.
on. You know, whenever
We'll
we get
definitely
around to
expand on
them.
them when we tackle
But, you know,
Pioneer and all that.
just so you keep in mind, like things like Akivir, Pandanea, Mora, you know, we can't guarantee that will be out anytime soon. We haven't even started.
Or that it
developing
even will
on that.
happen, to be
Or
quite
that it even will
honest.
happen, but we intend to add them. They're planned.
Yeah.
We
And
have
it
planned lore,
crashed.
we have planned content, but how did it crash?
Yes.
Great first look. Great first impression.
Why though? Yeah.
There are cat goals, I guess. How republics like Central accuse
Yeah.
being represent. I think Central is not a republic in UK.
Central is not a republic in the first release.
Yeah, I think probably more places would be republics if republics were playable, but
Yeah.
because of course republics are not playable.
If they become playable, some might change to become republics, but who knows when that will
Are there
happen.
plans for cave-type provinces exploring underground areas to build into goblins?
No.
No, that's not something we're interested in. Please do consider pushing back over release date. I'll lose my personal life and all relations if you guys release this so soon. 1120p is really soon. That
We
sucks
will
to be
think
you, dude.
about it.
Sucks to be you. Have a slow than a
And
mod
I
now.
didn't save before.
Insane. Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, but that gives us another chance at getting trying to
Make
get
sure you
to
make sure
multiplayer
you
to
actually
work.
press host from the main menu. That might be a bit better.
Both works relatively easily. So it's
Okay.
not-
Like
Any
I should be
Stormcloak
able to.
ancestors in the game? Any Stormcloak ancestors in the game?
I don't recall if we added. I don't think so. I think the earliest one will be in the later start date, which we haven't done yet.
Strand
That's
type
at least how it
gameplay?
was in EK1.
There's a ton of strand type gameplay here, dude. This is the first strand type mod, actually. I feel like no one else here understood what. Okay.
No, absolutely no idea.
So
16 times the amount of crashes we need to experience here.
so my checksum just changed from the last crash / restart.
Nice, very nice.
I don't think we can do this multiplayer today.
Well, let's try. Maybe now Anakas can join. We tested multiplayer earlier and it worked. So multiplayer most likely will be functional on release. At the moment, I guess we're struggling a little bit.
It just doesn't
Any
work
option to
when
play as a-
you're going to present it to
Trying to
people.
show it off. Yeah.
Any option to play as a bandit chieftain? I guess if you trigger a bandit crisis and bandits show up and then switch ruler, you can play as a bandit chieftain. Right? I would assume. Is that possible? Or can you not play as? I'm not sure. I haven't
I
tested
mean,
it.
you can probably switch over and play as them, but there's no
Yeah.
like native way to play as a bandit
No,
chieftain.
it,
We
it
don't
would
have,
be like a janky way of doing it.
yeah,
It's not,
if you take over a county as like a bandit, then you're no longer a bandit chieftain, pretty much. Honestly,
yeah, you become a normal ruler. Is the Amulet of Kings in the game? And if
it's
so, does
not
it or
in
will
the
it have a
game
model?
yet.
We do have
but
someone working on a model.
We have someone working on it.
I
And
don't
it
think
would
we have the artifact
probably,
implemented yet either.
we do
But-
have the artifact, I think,
But we do?
implemented, if I recall. Yeah, I
We
think
do
so.
have the artifact, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna
implemented,
say
yeah.
Naka's implemented it. Yeah.
So
Yep.
we
It
will
will
have the Amulet of
probably
Kings.
be
It will
in
most
by-
likely
by
have a
release,
3D
yeah.
model.
Yeah,
Can you
by
play as
release it
Malma
probably.
vassal to Organum? Piandanea is not on the map in the first release. Organum was playable in UK1. He will most likely not be playable in UK2. But again, we haven't started designing those areas. It's out there.
The struggle feature is currently only used for Hammerfell. And yes, you can play as Manamarco.
Can you play as Manamarco? Yes. With his YouTube stream bots now? I guess so.
Yep, always have been.
So can anyone, one of you join?
I was restarting my game because I thought
Mm.
maybe I didn't pull from develop.
Yeah, make sure developer mode is off. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, are you actually Theyn? That might be why your checksum's changing.
Yeah.
Are you in,
That could be.
yeah, make sure you're not. Everyone, make sure you're not in debug
Dev
mode
mode,
because
yeah.
then
Other
you try for
problems,
another
you know.
restart. You made Serrano Chase.
No,
I
but
don't-
Malma,
I don't
we
know
showed
if
is
it's
not a
true.
law character.
Would Argonian Sithis worshippers be able to turn an heir into a shadow skill? I think we talked about shadow skills at some point, but I don't think we have anything implemented in terms of shadow skills.
Yeah, not yet,
Yes.
not yet.
We do
Yes,
not
you
have
can.
shadow skills. We don't have a ton of black marsh flavor at the moment.
Yeah, and you can seduce Manamarco, and that is one of the reasons we decided not to add characters like Vivek or Orgunum or any like of the big gods, really, because
But
that's a bit
Marco
silly.
being seducible is completely believable.
Yeah, that's fine. Yes, that is fine, exactly.
We have
like-
some black marsh flavor.
Yeah, I
though.
mean, we
Yeah.
definitely have, the black the Argonian
Yeah.
egg laying, right?
There are some descendants of House Cyrodiil in Colovia, like in EK1, yes.
We have some unique cultures in Black Marsh that you haven't seen before in any game depiction that have been mentioned in lore. Like the Kafringi. I think the Kafringi showed up briefly in here, so but the Lil Mathit and which are the Fox people and various tribes beneath that we've heard mentioned but never actually seen. Like the Orma, the blind eyeless Orma, the Hawali.
The Yes Pest have a lot of cool stuff too.
The Yes
The Yes
Pest are
Pests are
great.
pretty
They
cool.
have unique, very interesting lore and backstory.
And the Cantameric Philosophy.
The
Kinda cool as
Cantamount
well.
Gaddafi, of course, or like kind of like Ashlanders, but in Blackmarsh. There's the individual Daedra, all separate faiths. I think
Yes,
there are
yeah,
individual Daedra
yeah.
cults, but the main way you'll be
also-
seeing Daedra are within religions that
Other
worship Daedra,
bigger
such as the
religions, yeah.
Khajiit religion or the various Reach folk faiths.
Culture is sort of tied to race It's more tied to heritage, really.
Yeah, so your species is determined by heritage, which is why hybridization will be disabled to begin with. Until we get better species support from Paradox, or until we figure out some crazy workaround.
You can, if you in-game culture convert from, I don't know, being a node
Okay, I can join you.
marcher to
Finn.
something
I'm joining.
else, then
You can join
that
me? Great.
works without
Yeah, I'm joining.
problems.
You know who you'll have to play, right?
I will have to play. So I do have 2 monitors, which is very convenient. So I guess I'm not seeing Discord anymore. I'm just seeing the chat. There's a way to pop out the chat. Oh, but there is.
There is a way
If
to
I
do
close
that.
the stream while the chat is popped out, will it keep going?
Yeah, it should.
Yeah, it does.
No, there
Nice.
will probably not any required DLC. Obviously, we'd say
DLC
there's more
content.
flavor, but
DLC content will add flavor and is incorporated, but you do not require currently any DLC to play Elder Kings, and we intend to kind of keep it that way as much as we can. If we find something that's like, oh, we need this, maybe we'll change our minds. But now, you don't need Royal Code. It's recommended you get Royal Code, but you don't need Royal Code. You don't need any other DLC, but they will all add flavor and content. For example, the white gold tower throne room you saw in the trailer, at the end of the trailer. Obviously, you can only see that if you have Royal Code, right? So.
what the hell? God damn it!
What?
Fucking
One proud Bavarian joined.
Bavarian.
One proud Bavarian's in the game.
Oh, God damn this man!
Oh, he baited us. We can join One
He
proud Bavarian,
baited
but we
us.
cannot join Theyn. So One proud Bavarian has the correct version, but you don't.
Yeah, yeah, it probably is developer mode.
Maybe.
In that case.
Okay, wait. What if One proud Bavarian hosts and we actually just play on One proud Bavarian's version? I
Do
think
it.
probably that you're in debug mode. I think that's probably what's happening.
Me?
Debug mode, yeah.
Or
Probably, yeah.
no, I launched it through my launcher this time, which should mean I'm
Yeah,
not in
doesn't
debug
like-
mode.
Let me leave this game then.
I can do a quick
Baited
test.
by one prime
I
Bavarian.
can't
God
believe
damn.
it baited by One proud Bavarian. I mean, we could just play for One proud Bavarian, I guess, if you can join him. But I think you'll check something.
Let's see.
Other Dragon Priest in game, yeah. Are there any plans for an Elder Council system similar to the one in EK1? No one's currently working on it, so I guess no, but maybe. You guys are 100% just giving this my content, yeah.
We are.
Can we place theocracies? Kind of. You have hierarchies.
Yeah, but you cannot play as Theocracy itself. No.
Yeah, so you can play as a main.
Yeah, you can play as the main, which is sort of a Theocracy, kind of, but not really.
How come the main doesn't have his main? Because I'm lazy.
Very lazy man, yeah.
Lazy depths.
Yeah. It's on a very long list of things he wants to do, but hasn't done yet.
Will the guilds be present? Not as joinable guilds.
No, we likely won't have joinable guilds, because, yeah, it
How
just doesn't
does
really make much sense.
How does the CSC sneakification work? It's a religious tenet, and there's a decision where you can use it, and that's I guess
People.
that's the detail. That's all the detail I'll go into. It's quite cool.
Yeah, it is quite cool. We do plan on
Can we
allowing you to
become a
become a
lich?
lich, but
Yeah, I said earlier. If we fix the relevant lifestyle stuff, and if it's not causing any glitches, any issues, then yes. But at the moment, it's not possible to become a lich. But you can play as a lich because there's at least one landed lich. I think one landed lich.
yeah, this might or might not be in release, essentially.
Will there be new troops, arts, and new varieties of troops? Yes. And you can, all of this, some of these questions, you can find out the answers by checking out our Discord and looking in the CK Free Development channel, where we've posted a ton of teasers and little things that you can look at and see. What about interracial offspring? Elves and humans,
Obviously,
including
elves and orcs, yeah.
including OPB kicked me from the game. That's not very
I
nice.
can't believe this.
Wait, you can
Um,
join him?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
join
he has the
OPB.
same checksum as
OPB
us,
was
yeah.
hosting a second. The correct checksum is A72D.
How?
This is.
I'm
Thank you.
running the newest version, am I? I mean, I literally committed the last thing today.
Are you on 1.7.2?
I am on 1.7.2.
Okay. Did you make any changes to vanilla files by accident?
Nope. I reinstalled Crusader Kings today.
Do you have the temporary map camera speed settings on?
Nope. I have absolutely no
He just
changes. It's
reinstalled it, yeah.
Huh. How many
Where
base game events will
multiplayer
still be in?
works, guys.
Base game events are all in. Are
Mostly
almost
they're
all,
in, yeah.
but they have been reflavored where they don't fit.
Yeah. We like removed references to like Earth, Iberia, Hispania, that kind of stuff.
You just triple check. Maybe somehow you still have debug mode on. Maybe because you can still go into debug mode through the launcher. It's possible you have it in your Steam settings or
yeah, I
something.
know.
How does he have more up-to-date version than the devs? I'm fine. It's just fine. The authentic CK3 multiplayer experience. Yeah, this happens to me in vanilla when I try to
If
play
you're talking,
CK3. So
about why one proud Bavarian has a up-to-date version, is because we never bothered to remove his permissions.
remove his access. Yeah. Dawn's Beauty, Mythic Dawn. Hello. I don't know the
They're
name.
similar
I was
idea,
asking.
different religions.
I was asking about someone asked about the interracial offspring. Yeah, so goblins can only breed with goblins. Khajiit can only breed with Khajiit. Argonians can only breed with Argonians, but elves, humans, and orcs can all interbreed with a standard
essentially
CK3 genetic system.
They're kind of considered the same race.
Yeah,
in
the
a way.
lifespan is determined by lifespan traits. You can get them via magical means, or you can just
inherit them
them.
from the parents.
How does the undead trait work? At the moment, it's more of a history trait. It gets assigned via history. It's some intended uses for it that aren't in yet. For example, for potentially for liches, depending on how we handle liches exactly, and for summoned undead courtiers, perhaps when we finish the necromancy stuff.
There is, as
But
far as
again,
we know, no way to revive deceased characters.
there is no way to revive these characters. Code by Divinity character when? Does the mod tank performance a lot? Does it run closely to vanilla? From my experience, it runs quite well. We have had some stability issues recently with some devs, but not everyone seems to be having those issues. So,
You just gotta be lucky.
but the mod runs pretty well.
And yes, some Breton ethnicities do have elf ears.
Yeah, some slight elf features, elf foreheads as well. The kind of in Skyrim, elves have these really kind of bony foreheads. Bosma can get that a bit. Can we see the cool Reachman do a religion as soon as Theyn figures out his technical issues? I guess.
Yeah. I'm still having 9FAF as
Have
my
you-
MP
Weird.
checksum.
It's very strange.
I had the bug mode on.
So you have
Yeah.
debug mode on, right?
I had, yeah.
I guess one thing
disabled
we
it
could do
now.
temporarily is I could host and or I could join OPV and I could screen share and you could show the screen share to the
Yeah, that
stream.
will work actually. That might work.
So let's try that. Obviously, it will be lower visual quality than the stream, but bear with us.
I know you said it will be Dwemer. There are some Dwemer automatons somewhere in an event somehow. I
Um,
think Anakas did something like that. I
Try
believe.
launching green just to
Yeah.
because we have a modified checksum. OPB, I'm just gonna join you. Just to prove that multiplayer works. I'm joining OPB and you can see it on screen right now. What has been your favorite character to make / play? I really like Yashnag. Will Cyrus
Yashnag is
Vergard
really
be in the mod? Cyrus is
isn't even a glitter in his grandfather's eye. So no.
but the time frame of the mod is a lot earlier than this, but the end of the timeline in theory will extend to the third era, to the beginning of the third era, or the end of the second era. So I suppose the time when Cyrus might be alive will be there. So maybe he'll be in as an adventurer, but it's hard to tell because we don't know. We'll forget. We don't know if we'll remember these ideas when we get to. That might be several years down the line.
Yeah.
Will some other questions? Will the tribunal be present? Not as characters. Oh, connection to host timed out. Okay. Oh, he stopped. He stopped hosting. Okay. Well, I'll host.
Damn it, Mr. Bavarian. I
Are
can't
you
believe
on
you're doing this to
right
us.
now, Dota?
I am. Yeah, I'm in good game, so I can join.
What's the latest commit you have on your version? Like, is Anaquina independent?
Reverted Anaquina. Yeah, that's the last
Yeah.
one you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, reverted Aquina to K
so
Aquina.
Dota
Yeah,
try
alright.
joining?
Last one. Try joining you. Yeah, there you are. Game of AJ.
Going for a good landless mod. Yeah, that'd be cool. Original title histories you have been working on. Some areas of the map are definitely more fleshed out in history than others, but the history setup is pretty much complete. I don't know about title histories.
Title histories. There are a few areas that need
No, I'll
still a bit of work.
Kick selected player from game.
The great houses have quite long title histories. I mean, there's anything that's like crazy interesting.
Yeah.
The
We're
empires
not
have a good one.
nothing of a level of complexity as you saw in the Shogunate showcase.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I'd love to see that in EK at some point, right? It's crazy intricate. But there isn't enough lore, I think. We do have
Yeah,
to
we
make
would
a
have to
lot of
make a
stuff
lot
up.
up. Yeah.
And whereas Shogunate, they have very real recorded history they can base stuff on.
Someone
Uh,
asked who owns Kogurun. It's a small sixth house cult, basically.
What?
Kogurun in the north of the Ashdams.
Yeah,
What would
there's
you
six
ask?
The
house
little,
blades.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, this is the
It's
sixth
South
house.
Bend.
The being creepy in the little mountain. Where's Eve? Not here, I guess. I've heard in previous posts where you can okay, can someone else read these out for me? And
Yeah, I can probably do that.
you can answer them while I'll answer them.
If
I'll
heard in
select the
previous
character.
posts,
Actually,
you can
how do we
ask
do a
the
vote?
question.
How do we do a stream vote? Is that a thing we can do?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, we can do
What
that.
do you guys
as
want to
thing.
play? Do you guys want to play as Yashnak? Do you want to play as? I mean, Theyn will join in later, and he'll be somewhere else. But I can. Where do you guys want me to play? Like, I'll select anywhere on the map.
Yes, you will be able to create your own character through the character designer, just as in vanilla.
Someone
Okay,
also
I'll select Yashnak for now, and we can stop the game. If Daudan, you select. Oh, I can just stop
Oh
the
yeah,
game.
of course. Okay.
OPP is Manamarco, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Skyrim, Sixth House, Radoran, Reeklings, Harkin, Khajiit. Harkin, a lot of Harkins. Somerset, someone said. Colovia, Reekling. There's a few Reeklings. Khajiit, Ogonian. Should we do a vote? Get how do we set up a vote?
I'm trying to set one up at the moment.
Okay, cool. A72D, yeah. Orcs, Hierarch.
All right, so what do we want to poll on?
Reeklings, Harkon, Khajiit. I guess one of each of the main provinces as well. The Reeklings and Harkon are in there as well. Those are and Sixth House is a request I've seen a few times as well. Colovia. I think the main one is Reeklings. I think people really want to see Reeklings.
All right, I've put out a poll about Reeklings, Harkon, Khajiit, and the Sixth House.
Then maybe we'll do a second poll for where you get to play it. There's a few debug mode stuff here that's someone left in, so don't worry about that. Seems people really want to see Harkon. So let's see. How do I switch character again? Multiplayer lobby and Harkon. So Harkon is a vampire, which means he has some unique vampire mechanics, such as drink blood. So we'll see that in a minute, probably. I'm gonna unpause now.
Yep, good. Harkon also has 2 unique artifacts, but
Harkon also seems to have some magicka. Can he cast spells? Oh no, he does not have
Wait.
magicka. Yeah, so he probably should have magicka.
yeah, vampires probably should have magicka.
Probably,
yeah.
yeah.
Right around that.
But since I cannot cast spells myself, I can search for Court Mage, which Court Mage is essential to cast spells and incantations for the good of the realm. I will ask my servants to bring forth a member of suitable candidates. So the idea with Court Mages is that you can have someone else cast magic for you if you can't cast magic. So it seems I do have magic now, so I think I can cast magic.
Do you have any perks though?
I probably don't. I assume.
So you can't cast any
I
spells.
assume they haven't been set up for this character yet. That's true. So I'll need
Yeah.
so I do. I need a Court Mage anyway. You will. Yeah. So magic. The magic system. There's a few things to it. And you have to pick a magic arts lifestyle. And you need perks. So each of these perks correspond to spells in the spell book. The higher your perks are, the more spells you can cast in each school. And you also need to have magicka. You spend magicka on casting spells, and your arcana determines your spell prowess. You also have these rituals, which are passive effects. When you activate them, for example, I can pick resist disease, and I will have a permanent resist disease bonus. It will drain my magicka over time, so my magicka will replenish more slowly. And I can only have a limited amount of ritual slots based on my arcana. So very powerful mages such as the Fear or Manimarco can have a lot of rituals running. Manimarco, OPB is a bit crippled right now because Manimarco actually also doesn't have magic perks set up yet. We have to, because magic really went for a lot of improvements very recently. The history setup is a bit behind on a lot of that kind of stuff. The best character right now actually to do magic with is Fear because he has all the
Used them
perks.
a few times for testing
He's
as well.
he's probably the most powerful mage on the map. Manimarco would equal him or be even better than him if he actually had perks set up. So the checksum is A72D.
Send me the IZ then.
It should
Because
be
the
up
thing-
for you to join.
the same as the one thing just sent. No, that's not it. Is it?
I don't know about the one Theyn sent, but if you just go into join games, it should be in the list. It's an open game.
Okay.
I don't have you on my Steam friends list, so I don't know how to invite you right now. And then you have
Should
the
just show
magic
up in-game,
stuff.
'cause we don't
And
have a
this
password.
is obviously work in progress. If any of you in the audience are talented 2D artists, you're welcome to apply. Testing the hottest, spiciest code live on stream. Let's go. Yeah, accept. Yeah. So as you can see, the mod is still
Yeah,
not finished,
man.
but it's very much set to release on 11/11/22, and it will be fully playable. It is already
hope.
basically fully playable. There's just a few things we need to polish out still.
Yeah, it's also pretty fun already. Like,
Yeah. So what can I do? I haven't played the game normally in a while. Let's get a bodyguard. So this King started. Harkon usually I've seen weird things happen with Harkon in some test games, but usually for me he gets swallowed. But I've seen Harkon take over Skyrim a few times. Not as much as in EK1 though. In EK1, Harkon really went wild. So you can see I'm a vampire. Vampires have reduced fertility, but they have some bonuses associated with them. The main really mechanic associated with vampires at the moment, and this might be expanded on in the future. We talked about having clans possibly and various things like that. Is drinking blood. Drinking blood will reduce your stress, and you can also turn other people into vampires, kill courtiers, and various things like that. Any of Riemann's descendants kicking about? I think, maybe. So it's playable for everyone now, or still on the project? It's going to be playable for people on 11/11/22. I'm just gonna. Is there anyone I can conquer safely? Volkar is in a bit of a hard starting location. Aaron married.
oh,
Can I drink the
is
blood of
this?
prisoners? Can we drink the blood of prisoners? I'll test that. I'm not sure at the moment. Can you show us 6th house tenants? Yeah. Alliance.
So, Pony, I just
So
gained the
Manimarco
ring of
just married.
Hercene.
Manimarco just married Serana. That's great.
Ugh. Great, yeah. Great word for
So,
that.
Nakas, I just went out to like kill a thingy, right? Like a monster of place X, and I got the ring of Hercene. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's the
You
chance of that?
can,
Which
yeah.
Talents complete?
Not great because anyone who gets that event first gets the ring. So
Ah, I see. Okay, I should probably be able to random in that case.
I guess I can just have a lot of dynasty, whatever it's called. I don't think I have barbershop. Yeah, we don't have barbershop because I would probably not make it multiplayer friendly anymore. Barbershop will probably full screen barbershop will probably have some kind of comp patch ideally when the mod comes out.
Yeah, we like it a lot and use it ourselves. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've actually shown this off properly, but Alma clothing is not completely finished, but there's a lot of custom clothes, at least for men at the moment. There's some custom armor that is not fully implemented yet, but I can show it off as well. So this is Alma clothing in its current stage. I'd like to show it in full screen barbershop, but we don't have it active right now because it would mess with the stability of the mod right now. So yeah, they look very dual fertile. Oh, it's Harkon. It's Manimarco with an Ordinator mask. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yep, that's our man, Manamarco, right there, the king of worms.
Can Manimarco have babies? Manimarco can have babies.
Manamarco can have babies. Yeah, he's
With
not
all
a
my
lost
strength, I
gem,
surge
actually.
past Manimarco's guard and launch a fervent strike with my sword, aiming to run him through. Only the narrowest of margins stops me from claiming bloody victory. Manimarco hefts his sword in a strangely familiar fashion, that executes a near-perfect, powerful cleave that I could swear I've seen before. My form is good, with only small errors, and Manimarco's stance is passable. We are evenly matched with victory balancing on a knife's edge. Let's try that.
Great stuff.
Let's put on some more suitable armor for this fight.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a lot better.
Oh man.
You could just make a ritual to bound the Daedric armor on yourself, so you can. Yeah, that could go well.
Oh, look at
That
Hakan
could
in
go
his
well.
beautiful glass armor.
Bound armor. Oh yeah. Prowess plus 10. Okay, that's a bit powerful. He just
This is, of
changes his
course,
outfit
also-
every round.
Yep.
I have a
This is, of course,
sword, I have
also
an
all,
enemy.
subject to change and balance, so
Yeah, of
don't
course.
take any of these numbers
A
as
lot of the
final
magic
or...
stuff is very, very recent. and
Very much unbalanced. Yeah.
We still have a month, where we are gonna balance stuff, refine the
Battle
mod.
of the Dark Lords, yeah.
Not many features are being added at this stage. We're just polishing, because most of it is pretty much done. My film is good. Yep. I'm just gonna keep
Oh,
going
interesting you
south.
should mention that certain event about a witch, because
I am victorious. I surge towards my opponent's heart, almost ending this with one blow. Manimarco tries to keep me at bay with careful quick slashes. Clever for a little while, but foolish in the long run, as it gives me control over the pacing of our bout. Eventually, I'm able to parry one hard enough to tear the sword from his grasp. The weapon sails beautifully through the air, leaving just me, Manimarco, and my sword. The yield comes as soon as I move my arm. Get wrecked, OPB.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me right now?
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you.
So,
I want to congratulate you
wrecked.
on your victory. I also would just I can't stay for long. I just want to say what an incredible mod. Seriously, insane work that has gone into this, and I think I speak for literally everybody on this planet that 1111 can't come soon enough. That's just insane work.
Oh yeah,
you a
thank
lot.
you very much.
Have
We're
a good
just as
evening.
excited as everyone else.
I will stop invading your personal space now, and I wish you a good night.
Thank you very much. You too. Have a good sleep. I
Bye-bye.
Have
guess.
a good one.
Yeah, good
Bye.
night. Good night. Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Other different colors to armors. Goodbye, OPB. No. Well, I mean the vanilla ones in the same way. You get different patterns and different gloves. So the ones that have cloth on them, they do have color variety. But like different metal colors, at the moment not really. We did talk about possibly having glass armor have some different shades of green. But glass armor is a very new edition. I finished it maybe a week ago. Right, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It has, it's hard to notice right now, but if you're playing with full screen barbershop and on some of the animations and in a royal court, you might notice there's a very cool refraction and parallax effect on the glass, and it looks wonderful, and it really adds to the appearance. Do I have a court? No, because I'm not a kingdom.
Yeah, gotta form a kingdom. Come on,
Will
Hakan.
the Giants of Skyrim have any impact? Currently, no. Giants might be featured in more in some way, possibly.
Yeah, that was the idea.
So you need QA, is what you're saying. We're pretty good on QA at the moment. We have some very good QA.
we
Also,
have the
that's-
best QA
We have the
ever.
best QA.
We have
yeah,
the best
that's true.
QA anyone could ask for. Actually, what am I saying? Welcome to Will PA in chat. He's one of the people who made the music for the mod, and he's the person who wrote the music for the trailer. So the music you heard in the trailer that was written by Will PA and Jeff.
Yep, great guy.
I don't really know what to do as Harkon. I'm kind of stuck on my
Start some
little island.
raiding.
Start some raiding?
Yeah,
True.
of course.
Don't worry, I have a little surprise for Harkon.
Oh
Oh,
no.
That does not sound good.
Oof.
Special building spots? I mean, the most significant is, of course, a lot of stuff in the Imperial City. Of course, White Gold,
Yeah, a lot of the Imperial
um,
City has very
White Gold
special
Tower.
spots.
A lot of the towers start off as ruined, and you can upgrade them over time. So there's always space to improve. You don't just have a maxed out White Gold Tower right at the start. The tower buildings, especially, like the Rani Tower and Crystal Lake Law, are very powerful, and of course White Gold. So those are probably the best buildings I imagine on the map. But you know, especially with the Imperial City, you have a ton of buildings. You have a waterfront, and you have the Imperial City Harbor, and Bastion, and the Arcane University. These are all special buildings. In Somerset, you have the Port of Valinor and Palace of Valinor, which at the moment I guess is broken. So that's nice. Hot code. So there's a lot of special buildings around the map, and we're gonna add more as time goes on. Let's see. Who can I raid? Does development usually do check? Guess I could try raiding Solitude.
We'll read right at Elsweyr.
Maybe not. Maybe not
Nah,
Solitude.
they probably have far too many troops.
They're probably a bit too powerful for me right now. Ashen Lord Road. Okay.
I think the other isles might be a good raiding grounds, like the northern
Yeah.
isles around Skyrim.
Yeah. Nice rituals. Definitely. How's Dawnstar? Is Dawnstar spot? Oh, Eastern Skyrim conquered Winterhold.
No, they did not.
They did not? Did they swear feudal?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, it's you. Oh, okay, that makes
Because
sense. You
it's
always
me.
swear feudal. Raid the Reclings. I could raid with Reclings actually. That's a fun idea. Let's do that.
The idea to stop the goblins from disappearing eventually is essentially to have them act similar to bandits.
Right.
They
So
will show up occasionally.
you have occasionally, it's a bit like a peasant revolt. It's a crisis system is what we call it. It's basically just vanilla peasant revolts but reflavored. They work a little differently. You have a chance to prevent them while the faction is up, and I think there's two implemented right now, which are bandits and goblins.
Goblins, yeah.
For future ideas, we have undead, and we have some ideas for special crises that can be triggered by events. Did I turn on raid mode? I did not, did I? Of
No, of course you didn't.
course I didn't.
You know.
No.
Classic. Is it possible to play as one of the tribunal gods? No, the tribunal are not playable. They are deities, so they show up as patrons where you can follow.
Essentially,
in the patron
anyone
screen.
like considered a god is not going to be playable in the mod because it
In the
just causes too many
future,
issues.
in the far future, maybe we'll see events where they show up as event characters, but they will never be playable or actual courtier characters. We can go into more detail on that if you like, but this is something we've talked about extensively on Discord as well. But if anyone's interested in the reasoning, talk a bit more about that maybe.
We actually have some. I'm sorry.
Any vanilla CG free features you're particularly excited to implement that aren't really in the mod yet? Well, by default, the vanilla CG free features are all in the mod, except ones we've explicitly decided to take out. So that, for example, tribal codes will not be a thing.
Yeah, we decided for design reasons that we rather not.
Can I raid actually? Am I allowed to raid?
Yeah, you should be able to.
How do I raid? How do I play this game?
That's a good question.
It's a great question. In a percentage, how? Oh, what were you saying, Anakas? You were saying something, Elder? Okay. In a percentage, how content complete would you currently rate Elder Kings 2 as a whole? Depends what you mean by content complete.
There's
Release.
always more to add.
The mod will always be in development, even after its release. We will always be adding more stuff. There's always ideas
Until we
to be
won't,
added.
basically.
It's hard, even when you're developing a game. It's hard to say a percentage. It's just, is this
Yeah.
release ready? Are our goals met? And our goals are met. We're at a stage of polish. We're at a stage of finishing off certain features that aren't finished off and cutting out features that we don't think we'll be able to finish off, and then re-implementing them in later updates. Any Dark Heart event? I don't think there's any references to the Dark Heart of Skyrim at the moment.
What even is that? I don't
It's
know.
the ESO Skyrim DLC, the Brats and Vampires in
The guys right next to you to the left.
Yeah, like Ashen Lord Rada is in the game. If you go like north.
Yeah,
northwest.
he's actually
Right.
on his island.
Northwest of Fulgrim.
Yeah, what did it say one time? If I had like a euro or something for every vampire island in the Ghost Sea, I would have 2. Yeah.
3 actually.
Yeah.
Actually, which is a lot.
They're really close to each other too. Like, look at this.
There's the Ghost Fleet, there's Volkihar, and there's
Well,
these guys.
Ghost Fleet isn't a vampire. He just
he's not a vampire. He's
Is he
just
not?
some guy.
Ah, I thought he was a vampire.
he's the dude from the Dragonborn DLC where you have to go and get his
actually,
armor.
someone
It's
asked
all buried around
earlier.
the end.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
he has a really
right,
glass
yeah.
armor. Yeah, Death Brand.
Who is your favorite Age of God? Who's my favorite Age of God? Who's your favorite Age of Gods? I don't think I can rate this.
I
I'm not gonna lie.
don't really think I have a favorite David God specifically.
Me neither. Yeah.
Besides, of course, the meme answer, Shogorath, of course, Mr. Cheeseman.
So instead of rating, I might try this.
Oh, Chief Og now, huh?
Worship in EK2. I've not played much with Daedric characters, honestly. But I'll give you an answer to those Daedric characters. This is my favorite. My boy, Velexane.
Velexane is great, yeah, that's true.
Oh, out of sync. Anaka's disconnected.
Yeah, I think I might as well. Oh no,
we do get
it's not.
We do get desync issues of a moment occasionally. That's normal.
But I think that's also a vanilla issue.
There is, it's hard to tell sometimes what is a vanilla issue and what is a mod issue. But we're always working on stability and trying to, especially right now, trying to get rid of bugs. And we have help from Tobson, the crazy maniac behind Way of Kings.
Just rejoin if you can.
Yeah, you should be able to join back in.
It's
How is
kind of
performance
funny.
in the mod? Slower than vanilla question mark? Is it slower than vanilla? I think it runs pretty well.
I don't think it's necessarily slower than vanilla now.
For me, it runs as good as vanilla, but I assume on low end PCs, maybe it's a little slower.
Yeah, my experience,
Isn't Ravage more powered than Skyrim? It is, yes.
I actually have the lowest end PC of all the team, I guess. So, yeah, my experience with it is like, it runs almost like vanilla. But with my Vanilla Plus, it runs a little better, I guess. So yeah, for low end PCs should run just as fine as vanilla.
It worked. Yeah, I just had to reinstall Crusader Kings again, but it works.
Fair enough. Are we switching to your screen now?
To whom?
To your screen now? We switching?
Yeah, I'm switching over.
Okay. So we want to do another vote for where you want to play.
I mean,
why not? Right? Unless you have something
Yeah,
specific.
no, we can have a vote. Yeah, I was thinking I could play as Yajnak perhaps because as I
really
have
like it.
arrived
I
late
think
and I
so,
really
yeah.
like him. No, I think we have played him in
We
an
have played him
earlier
before.
stream. Yeah. So if anyone has any wishes where I should play, what do you want to see now?
Will there be more performance fixes between now and release date? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I think right now we're
currently doing a lot of bug
mostly
fixing.
in the bug fixing stage. We occasionally add content or cut content depending on how finished it is and how realistic it is to finish it. Cut content doesn't
like-
mean it'll never make it into the mod. It will be added ideally later on.
Yeah, we're also adding minor things in between now and the release,
Mhm.
etc.
And
But polishing, yeah.
improving the history setup. As I said, there needs to be a pass to give magic traits to various characters across the map because at the moment a lot of characters don't have perks, magic perks, so we can't cast magic at the start of the game, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But magic is really fun. I've been playing actually the mod more now that the magic stuff is in, and I think that's really the highlight for me of Elder Kings, the magic system.
All right,
It's-
I try Sixth House because people requested now. But I think in this timeline, Aramea isn't doing so well because she was already
Yeah,
in
she's
prison.
not
She's
doing
not
good.
maybe not the greatest choice.
She's not doing good, yeah. Not doing so hot.
Yeah.
I'm imprisoned. My heir is imprisoned.
Also,
Is there a
to point
shared
out, the sixth house isn't really prominent in this era much.
No.
They're rather more active during the end of our mods time.
Is it possible to donate money to a patron or whatnot? We do not have a team patron. Some of the devs have individual patrons or Ko-fis that they display on Discord. So if you go hop in our Discord and you look at the devs and you want to donate that way, you can support individual devs that way.
Exactly, yeah.
If you
more likely
like
will
something
not
specific,
have a Patreon unless Bethesda explicitly allows it to, which
and if you want to support a specific developer, just ask. Maybe they're willing to accept donations. But
yeah, if you donate to me right now, you could have Elder Kings early. Actually, I could give you a copy right now.
Not true. That's Bethesda lawyer. That is
For legal reasons, that's not true. It's a joke.
It's not true. We are not selling Elder Kings.
It was a joke, yes.
We are definitely not selling this.
Whoever did the 3D art top notch? That would be
not.
me. That would be me. I did most.
That
of
would
the
be
3D
our
art.
very own AJ. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's brilliant.
I'm pretty okay. El Tyrannos kind of trash, but joking, of course. I love El Tyrannos.
Oh, noticing at least one naked Ashlander, which is
Unplayable. Unplayable.
Intended.
Intended.
Yeah, why is she? I'm trying to figure out why.
Well, there she
Oh,
is.
it's because she has no radiament. She has the.
She's no what?
She has. She is supposed to be naked, so it's not a bug.
She's supposed to be naked.
Yes, intended.
No
as
raiment.
I
Oh,
said.
intended.
Yeah.
Perfectly. Wow. No bugs in this mode.
No bug.
Yeah, the
Zero
only issue
bug.
I was confused because she's still like wearing the scarf because I think that's not like catched by
Not
the properly.
clothing.
Yeah. Hard code, everyone.
Is there also A-lead or Reachman gameplay with immersivity? There are A-leads, there are Reachman, they have some flavor. A-leads have custom clothing, for example. They have custom religions, at least one. You can find A-leads in Valenwood, you can find A-leads in Blackmarsh. There's also the Yespest, who are culturally a little similar to A-leads, at least through their clothing and architecture, but they are neat. And Reachman, there's quite a lot of Reachman stuff. Reachman are quite a fun place to play, actually.
Yeah, they have a lot of religious. Yeah, they have a lot of religious differences. The Richmond is quite interesting. Like the Minotaur cult over here, which I'm a personal favorite fan of.
There's also the Dwemer religion, of course, in the Reach.
Oh yeah, that was the cool one. Dwemer idolatry, yeah.
Who invented that one? Someone on the team came up with that, right? I think.
Was it Astra?
It might have been
Oh.
Astrid.
Yeah, I think it was
because
Astra.
it's her dev character as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Right. Yeah.
Um,
It's very cool. Thane, do you want to explain? I think you'll explain it better than me. Probably.
explain what?
The Dwemer idolatry.
Oh yeah, so basically it's some reach folk stumbled over Dwemer ruins and thought having being so highly developed they would be basically gods and that one day they would return. They also believe in some kind of well fake gods. I can go into patrons. Yeah, I can go there. Like the Lost King, which is a Dwemer, which is really still around and you might be wandering around somewhere on
Oh, you
Tamriel.
might be
It
somewhere.
should be about somewhere.
Yeah.
Find
As you
him.
can see, they're also lacking art at the moment.
Yeah. I think in terms of completeness, the part of the mod that is least complete is the 2D art. When someone asked about completion percentage before, I think that's the clearest is definitely art, but that's also the less required stuff. I think if we release the mod with a few missing art assets, I don't think anyone will mind. Plenty of other mods have released this.
Yeah.
Be careful again. Y'all low key
watch
of
out,
one
Thane,
people
because
has
your wife
invited
is,
me to a game of chess.
Oh yeah, I just switched the character again because poor Aramea is in a really bad spot there. I can't do anything.
Yeah, she's not in a good spot.
No. It's actually a pretty hard start for the sixth house because they're cooped up in this valley basically, with just 2 provinces they could escape to.
And incredibly powerful house Ushilaku at the doorstep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a pretty challenging start for sure. But if you succeed, you'll, bring the sixth house to glory and all that.
Are there Minotaurs? No.
Not yet,
There
unfortunately.
have been work in progress Minotaurs for a while, but Bugzo has had different things that he wanted to focus on before Minotaurs. With recent updates and developments, it might be much easier to implement Minotaurs now. As you
might
saw
have
in the
seen from
Gutherja,
the Griffin.
Yeah, right, the
Gutherja.
Griffin in the Gutherja showcase. That was in thanks part to Bugzo, but also Paradox for allowing custom skeletons in a recent update.
Are there any Admorans to play in the game?
They are at
Yes,
more
there's one.
followers. I think clans to the Ravenscar in the north.
No,
possibly?
it's to the southeast of that. It's to the ones near the Solitude.
The right,
Yeah.
the land of Silent Isles is.
Oh wait, no, their culture isn't. But maybe that's
The
changed.
culture is Westholder, but
Maybe
they
they
are
maybe they
Yeah.
converted during the game.
But he's
Right.
totemist. He has the Admoran faith. Yeah. Videk.
There's a few Admorans around, but yeah. No.
Delta just lost a chess game to a Reekling, so
You rue this day. You rue this day, Mr. Reekling. Yeah, I am really hoping for Minotaurs. I'm a really big Minotaur fan, so having them in the game and playable is a small.
yeah, one of the
Oh, my.
agendas that me and Delta joined the server with was put Minotaurs in game. We are yet to succeed.
It's more possible now with the attachable stuff.
Yep.
Are the 3D artifacts made for the mod? Yes, I mean you can check out the Imperial City, for example, to see the Ruby Throne. You can see the Flask of Lalandril in Lalandril.
Reminds me that
The
you still need to
what's the
fix
armor
the
called? The
Ruby
Lord's Mail, was
the
it?
Lord's
The Lord's
Mail
Mail,
or the Arm of Mora House or.
or whatever
Yeah.
other names it has. Yeah.
Let me
Um,
check. Lilandrill
Not that
actually.
many artifacts have
yeah.
unique 3D models at the moment, I would say, but
Yeah,
Dragon
it's
Priest
all a
masks.
work in progress for sure.
Dragon Priest masks currently aren't, I think, implemented as artifacts, but they're intended to be. They probably will be by release. Either Narcas or myself will sort that out. But yeah, the priority right now is bug fixing rather than adding new content.
Yep.
So it's uncertain.
And polishing old stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
as
exactly.
I said, release doesn't mean the end of development. You will see patches very soon after release, and with the influx
Yep.
of people playing the mod, there's probably a ton of problems that we don't know about yet. That will
Oh,
happen very soon.
fuck.
I'm out. Good night. Good night.
Hey, look at that flask of Leandro.
Yeah, and there's some floating pelts you can see because I still haven't set up the proper
Yeah.
location for the artifacts in the Imperial.
Yeah, it is one of those things on the really long list.
Yeah, I'm the laziest dev on the team, honestly.
It's funny, you're both one of the most hardworking and the laziest. Though,
At
I
the
would
same
say.
time, somehow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, little things like that, it's that'll be gone by release. It's nothing. You can't wait to steal the Ruby Friend for raiding and be a goblin. Yeah, well,
Yeah, you will be able to do
we
that.
will be able to do that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the troops I just looked at were war mages, which are basically thought as a supplement to larger armies, as the description says, because they are both a little bit of a siege weapon and also a little bit of a normal attacker. But you can only get them in very limited sizes, of course, because mages are rather powerful and also hard to train.
What kind of magic will be is in the mod? The main schools from Skyrim. Um, Possibly necromancy further down the line. Can't guarantee it by release. Goblins will be playable, yes. Magic. You have also rituals as well as spells
And grand rituals.
and grand rituals. Magic is. I actually really. I think we have a great magic system. It's a lot simpler compared to maybe what you've seen on Good Herja, but it's I guess more streamlined, easier to learn. We wanted magic to be kind of accessible to everyone um, for it to be kind of a core feature of a mod where it's fun to pick up, it's relatively easy to pick up, and there's still depth to it, and it's a useful gameplay tool, and that's kind of what we're aiming for. A lot of the spells were added very recently. We've had the magic system framework for a long time, but it saw some real big developments recently.
Yeah, so I'm currently in the spell book, and my character actually can cast one spell, it seems, in Conjuration. He can summon a familiar who will give him some
Yeah.
intrigue, some learning, and some hostile scheme resistance. So I will indeed take that. And it worked. Yes, it worked. No DC.
Only scamps for now. We're planning to add more familiars to that.
Yeah, if you have
Based
above
on,
10
yeah.
Arcana, you can cast spells, I believe.
You also
Yeah.
need to have magic lifestyle perks.
Yeah.
So if you actually check your perk screen, you can see exactly what magic lifestyle perks you have, and they correspond to each of the
Yeah, you have
schools.
several, yeah. Theyn has several right now.
Each
Yeah, I'm
perk
sure.
corresponds to a different level in the spell book. So if you look at the spell book, you can see the spells have levels next to them. They have numbers next to them. That corresponds to what level perk you need to be able to cast that spell. A ritual is a passive effect that you can have that drain at your magicka, and the more arcana you have, the more rituals you can have active at the same time. So, for example, improving one of your attributes, getting an attribute buff would be a ritual. You also have grand rituals, which are quite work in progress right now, but they allow you to do something like become a lich or increase your lifespan. And that's a basically a long event chain and a progress thing you fill up over time, and you either succeed or you fail. Yeah, goblins will be playable. They're quite fun. They have quite a bit of flavor. People are very hyped about goblins. Yeah, goblins have been in since a very, very long time ago. They've been in for a while, and they're very fun. And they look very cute.
They look very cute. If that is a way of saying horrifying abominations, then yes.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Okay.
that reminds me of the fucking creepy ass goblin hybrids we got when that
Yeah.
wasn't a thing yet.
Alright, yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
like
no.
AJ, for example, is playing a Reekling at the moment, which I'm showing.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing too great because I'm not paying attention. But I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
cut
I'm
some
fighting
more
a war
replays.
with Rishon meanwhile. I mean, Urshilaku isn't as strong as we thought.
Yeah,
They're just
well,
vibing.
the AI as Oshilaku is pretty strong. They
Yeah.
tend to see well.
They used to be stronger, if you remember. Like, they conquered all of Vardenfell and then started, like, invading Solstheim and Skyrim and all that. Do you remember that?
Chieftain Og of Muslim, my guy.
We had to, like, nerf them so they don't do that anymore.
Reekling Butchers Men-at-Arms.
It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
crazy.
And as you can see, there's loads of smaller events you can stumble upon. Like currently, I'm on a hunt, and I've stumbled over a shrine of the Daedric Prince Hussein, the father of the hunt, which I can now destroy or leave be, or even mutter a small prayer, or I can go on and become a worshipper of Hussein. But I think I'll just destroy it because I really need piety at the moment and prestige too.
Is there a goblin leader on the map at start? There are several goblin leaders on the map at start.
Several. At least
Not
3.
not a giant amount. There's a couple reclaim counties in Solstheim. There's some goblins in I believe the
There's some in
Yes,
Hammerfell.
like the Dragon
Two.
Teeth Mountains, that area,
Yeah.
right?
There's also
Of
2
what is it?
in Alanor.
Yeah, the Dragon Tail Mountains. There's some in Alanor. At the moment, there's a lot in Alanor. I've just
Yeah.
noticed.
2
There's not
actually.
rulers, but
2.
there's the Calcal and the chiefdom of Clifford.
Yeah, just one independent one.
Can you become a werewolf? At the moment, no, but well,
Yeah.
eventually,
no.
eventually, yes. Probably
Yeah, it is
post-release.
planned. Yeah.
We prioritized vampires over werewolf because we have a few examples of vampire rulers that would be playable.
We also have one werewolf ruler in Skyrim.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, in Low Yorgrim, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Holyfrost, I think. Yes. No?
Cool.
He's even around.
But yeah, we have quite a few vampire rulers, so we prioritize vampirism.
Yeah.
Lycanthropy will be added eventually. Probably post-release. Most likely post-release.
Yeah, it would be added. Yeah.
Goblin Star in Alanor seems like hell. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Oh no,
You're
the High
absolutely
Queen
right,
is
yeah.
seducing me.
How many of us are playing in multi right now?
1, 2, 3, with 4 people.
Is that all of us?
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, I and the High Queen will love us now, apparently.
Cool.
Hmm.
Is diverging cultures possible? I think diverging cultures is possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
diverging
The
cultures is
hybridization.
Technically,
Hybridization. I
both
believe
is
hybridization is
possible.
just off by default, but technically
Yeah,
possible.
we need
but
to like turn it off properly. I
it will
guess, or
be
not,
turned off
it
properly
depends.
because
Only
because
technically
turning it
works.
on will just decrease the quality of your experience essentially,
Yeah,
and we don't
it
want
will.
players to accidentally, some players start off by messing with the game settings. We don't want someone unknowingly to ruin the game experience without knowing that
Yeah.
it's not a supported feature.
And my wife is pregnant.
It's canon that Eleanor was mostly built off of Goblin slave labor. Yeah, I think ESO talks about that at some point. Maybe, I don't know. Not too into Goblin Eleanor though necessarily.
Yeah, we
But
actually
they do make use of the Goblin slave labor.
yeah. as I'm reading in a chat at the moment, someone's asking if we put in Skyrim characters as little Easter eggs. We actually did.
Yes.
There's
Like,
a ton of dev characters, and most of them you won't even realize dev characters probably. But
I've found one with 2 clicks, right, AJ?
you're on him right now.
Yeah.
He's okay. You know, he's a bit powerful, but
Yeah, so having, for example, here the Landman of Alto is one such development character.
yeah, he's based
one
on the
development
Skyrim playthrough essentially. So he
Yeah,
used to be
there's a
Dragonborn
lot
in
of Easter egg characters.
in a different Kalpa, he used to be Dragonborn.
We have a lot of Easter egg characters. So yeah, if you find some, you might be able to
Mostly
guess
it's
or
ESO
not, you know.
characters, dev characters, I think. As far as I can tell, rather than Skyrim ones.
Mine is technically a Skyrim one as well.
You have also a Morrowind
and a
one.
Morrowind one. Yeah, so you too, I guess, since they're
Yeah,
both the
true,
same.
yeah.
Oh no!
But you know, you need 99% of the map is original characters because for 99% of the map we don't have lore for who ruled what. So you just kind of have to
Oh
make
no!
stuff up.
The High Queen's child has been exposed. I've been exposed.
No.
Are there some ESO characters from Elder Scrolls Online already?
Yes, Divide
think-
Fear is an ESO character.
Abner,
There's a
Theyn.
Morrowind
Oh yeah, yeah. Abner is around, right? He is.
Yeah. There's
here.
I mean,
Abner is here.
there's some in future history setup, but not much about it set up as far as I know for the ESO stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not an insane amount of it.
yeah.
It's not really a thing.
Oh yeah, Abner,
Yeah.
right here. He's hanging around.
Yeah.
Court Mage.
Ravenwatch.
They
Verandis
need
is also here.
characters from the ESO period who are around Amanamarco, Vanus Galarian, Devethir, Radal, Saran, and Abner Farm.
Yep, all of those
And,
guys,
yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, Vanus Galarian. Yeah, I already mentioned Vanus Galarian.
There might at some point be a German translation, but not at release.
Yeah, we postponed that. As long with there was a French translation worked on already,
Yeah.
but that one was
It
also
just-
paused.
Yeah, it just didn't work out while we were developing the game itself to then also have it like be translated. It just didn't work out.
How does main succession work? Great question. In the future, it might be tied to first dog, but at the moment, it's a custom succession type based on the. It's a new government type called Hierocracy, and the succession type is based on
Yeah,
having the what trait is it?
A miracle worker.
Miracle worker. So characters who are miracle workers around the realm are possible heirs, and it doesn't matter if you're of the if they're of a different dynasty because they become the main dynasty upon succession. So your game doesn't game over.
Yeah, you like on succession you get like the choice between 3 characters, and that one will usually become your heir.
Yeah.
It's like the eldest, I think, as well. Like the eldest with miracle worker, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For example,
don't
I found the current heir to the main, who is a Omis Rat actually. So she doesn't look the part of a Khajiit, but she actually is one.
Yeah, she's a cat girl, as if you
Cat
want
girl,
to call
yes.
her that.
Yeah, this is a creepy.
So yeah, cat girls confirmed for the mod.
They're a bit
they look a
creepy,
bit
though.
creepy, but they're here.
As you can see, first dog's horrifying. And they're based on the phase of the moon, which you can see in the bottom right corner, is the astronomy, which shows
Yeah,
you what
there's a little
active constellation
thing you
there
can hover
is,
over.
what
Yeah.
moon phase there is.
It's
Yeah.
a little button, not actually a button. You just need to hover over it right next to the date.
Yeah.
Of course, ideally, succession would be based on having the main trait, main first dog trait. That isn't a thing at the moment. The hierarchy system was created back when it was going to be used for multiple places, not just the main. But now it's only being used for the main. So it
Yeah.
might be adjusted to better fit the main and be a little less generic, possible. But again, not a release feature. In release, it will be miracle work.
It works relatively well. So
Aren't female non-Ormes Ormes Rat Khajiit also card girls? I guess they are technically also card girls. True.
yes, yeah, it's technically true. Very true.
Any thought on the idea of new inheritable traits?
Potentially, probably not for
There's
release. Might
lifespan
have
traits.
some already though.
There's lifespan traits are inheritable traits.
Yeah.
So I guess if you want to max min max, you can get can become immortal or something. I don't think
I'm not sure
immortal
if you
is
can. Yeah.
inheritable, but I know like lifespan 4 and lifespan 5 and stuff.
No.
Yeah.
So best example to see lifespan of a Dunmer and Somerset.
The Alma as well. Yeah.
The hiking of Somerset, Hidlif has lifespan apparently 6, right?
4.
4. Oh, 4. I can't understand Roman numerals apparently.
Yeah, you clearly.
Most elves have lifespan 3, but some have higher. Usually mages.
I think.
It is possible to get lifespan 4 if you have 2 lifespan 3 parents. There's a very small chance that it will turn into lifespan 4.
Yeah.
So you can just through pure luck and
Get
I guess
high
selective
lifespan
breeding
traits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
get a high lifespan as well.
The more pure-blooded in Asterix Altmer often have lifespan 4. For example,
Yeah.
Hidalith, the Aranel of Eleanor, for example.
Yeah, the High King himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of how we set it up. That the purer the Altma, the more.
Yeah,
they
our
deliver,
religion
higher.
system is pretty much reworked from vanilla, and it's a lot more flexible. You have you can create new holy sites. You can mix and match different patron deities to some extent.
There
So
are
it's
limitations, but yeah.
there are
not much.
limitations, but it's a lot more flexible, a lot more customizable. Custom religions are a lot more customizable than vanilla. And that's thanks to Sanj. It's really cool. Let's see. Can I use magic here?
Oh god, I became poor and now I look like dirt.
Oh yeah.
What does rally do? Levy reinforcement, right? Okay. Nice.
There you go.
Shield? Friendly fatal casualties -5. Okay. Oak flesh. Interesting. How does the Council of the Eight work?
I think it's work in progress still.
When I tested it, even with somewhat controversial changes to the Pantheon setups, they seem to work perfectly. Everything seems to
So
work.
I can take a look at the UI for a moment.
Mhm.
So basically, the idea is to tie together all the 8 divines, or well, different amounts of divines, faiths, and they're usually, or at the game start, led by the archprimate of the Imperial cult, because it's both the most influential and the biggest of the 4 faiths involved in the council at the moment.
And you have various doctrines you can change,
Yeah.
or that can change. Such as the worship of Shazar being allowed or not allowed, and syncretism of other pantheons.
Which syncretism, for example, is heavily used by the Breton Rite. Yeah. because they have a secondary pantheon of the Elven Idra because of
Are
their
there any
past.
Lumafit in the mod? There are
There
folks
are.
speaking.
There are. I can show them in a second. Yeah, I'm still winning. All right. I can. Are you? No, you're Agonians. Wait. Oh yeah, there's still some little moth around. Here in Black Rose. Pathfinder Miss Paxa of Black Rose. She's a follower of Shazar, actually.
Yep, live in law allows that, so.
Yeah.
They look kind of fancy and kind of foxy, but they do look a bit weird compared to Akazid, at least in terms of
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look definitely
Well-
better than
Oh, and you
did,
have the
but-
most powerful imperial realm of all time, south of them.
Yep, the
Yeah.
development committee of South Argonia,
Yeah.
which has not completely collapsed yet, but it's
The
on
most-
its way.
It's
the most
on its way,
incredible,
yeah.
the richest, the most powerful imperial nation of all time.
With a grand
Beautiful.
total of negative 186 gold breaks.
Yep.
Yeah, this started out quite in depth, and
Yeah.
we've
An
collapsed
amazing,
pretty
an
quickly.
amazing spending of the imperial budget.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
much so.
Best investment of the potentates after.
The most successful colonization attempt in all of history.
Yeah,
Will Minotaurs make it to release? No.
no,
They might be added some point, but really no promises in that regard. I would love to see Minotaurs as playable in the mod at some point, but not at the moment.
piety icons. Well, most of them are just either
The-
Daedric or the Imperial one.
Yeah. They're custom, were made by KBB.
Yeah, so sadly it's a bit limited on the vanilla side because they don't allow us to make custom ones for our custom faith religious families, I think. That's the tier that
Yeah,
they're working on.
religious
Yeah,
families.
so we basically only have like 5 slots we can work with, and that's at the moment for the divines. There's a piety symbol for Daedra, for the Hist, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
I heard you guys completely remade the awful holy site system. Yeah, Sanj changed how holy sites work and a bunch of other stuff about religion. You can create your own holy sites. The holy sites are fully dynamic now.
Pretty cool.
If you look at the religion screen,
It is
and
some
you go to holy
issues
sites, some
compared to
saves don't have any
vanilla,
holy
but
sites set up. But if you look, for
Yeah.
example, at Nordic Pantheon, you can see all the places of the holy sites. There is an issue, for example, it will tell you the name of a county, it won't tell you the name of a specific temple. And
So
it works pretty well.
for example,
work.
in Whiterun, or for the Nord Pantheon, it's Whiterun, and well, it's actually not Whiterun, of course, but the Shrine of Gilda
Shrine of
Green.
Gilda Green.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
But
that's, it's actually winter in Skyrim at the moment.
yeah, it's very
Oh.
very snowy in Whiterun.
Yeah.
There's a blizzard over it, and it's very cool.
Will faiths still have a maximum number of holy sites?
You have to ask Theyn, but I assume so.
Yeah, I think so
Uh,
too.
Yeah, not quite sure what it would be, but possible. Yeah, 10. Okay, thank you, Sanj. Yeah, Sanj made the system, so he
Yeah.
is the best to answer that question.
And of course, you only give a bonus if it's an active holy site, if it's held by your faith.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is there an inactive one I can show here nearby?
There's the Imperial City.
Oh, yeah. No, it's held by someone with the faith, apparently. No? No. Her? It's shown as active.
Yeah, it's plus 50 resistance to conversion.
Yeah. No, I wanted to show an inactive one, but I can't find one at the moment.
God, I'm scrolling through CK3 discussion. It's crazy.
Are they hyped in there? Oh,
There's just a lot of messages in CK3 discussion right now. Like,
yeah.
Oh
loads.
no.
Um,
Wait, have you shown the desert actually? Oh, are we still gonna do a teaser about the Crystal Desert?
I think I already zoomed
Oh,
in on
it
it,
was
but
shown in
it was
the
shown in the interview as well.
It was an
right?
interview, yeah.
Interview, so-
We revealed Crystal like law. So I guess I can go there?
Right.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Yeah, we
ideally
could
we'll have
still
some
make
kind
a
of
teaser
proper
something
teaser
about it because I
about
don't
it, yeah.
think yeah
I
everyone
mean,
will watch the
everyone who
interview.
will ever follow this mod isn't in here right now, so you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think we have how many views do we have?
Honestly, my favorite area in the mod I think is the Crystal Desert. So really good work, Azraf.
Yeah, Azraf is a height mapper, and he's done really beautiful work
Yeah.
all over the map. It's
Yeah.
quite a stylized map. I think even a little bit more stylized than Vanilla's. It's a complete opposite of for example, what Lord of the Rings are doing. They have a very realistic map.
Yeah.
This one is a lot more. We want to show places in detail. You want to see the little details, the little pathways, the little locales and special locations.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, might be biased, but I think our map is probably one of the prettiest ones.
I think Lord of the Rings and our map are
Yeah.
the prettiest by far. I think it's no
I
competition.
think it also comes down to different approaches to mapping, really.
But that's a great example, right? Lord of the Rings and us, a completely different approach to map design.
Yeah.
We're both extremely beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if I go to war, I lose prestige. Great. Wait, I can raid, right? Yes, I can.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah, I can.
I think pretty much everyone can almost. I'm not exactly sure though.
Well, everyone can through the lifestyle, which we have.
Yeah.
True.
Because if you go on the martial, you will
Oh yeah,
find
but no,
the
because you're
plunderer.
tribal, you
one.
can.
Yeah, I'm tribal. Yeah, but still.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I think the Nords can do it anyway, if I remember.
Yeah.
I've been at war against another Reclink for 2 years now.
Oh, and you're
Right,
losing, right?
I'm losing. Well, yeah.
Oh my god, you are losing.
It's
Oh my god.
he's
Yeah,
just
because
sitting on his capital, and I can't do anything.
it's too much of a chat. You just, you
Yeah.
know.
Sadly, we can't marry our kids or, well, betroth them.
We're a bit anatomically incompatible.
Oh god, your daughter is like.
Half goblin. Yeah.
Yeah, she's half Reekling, half Goblin. That's terrifying.
Because one of my
Oh god.
concubines is a goblin.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. She almost looks like some weird orc, honestly.
I know there's a Crystal Desert or the Crystal Tower. Is the special work model replacing the holding model, or have you done a smart solution hiding the holding model? It depends on the special building, but in this case, the special model is just placed on top of the holding model, I think, if I remember
In
correctly.
some cases, our little trick is to apparently place the holding like under it, apparently. But yeah,
Yeah.
usually it's like inside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can.
College of Winterhold, I think it replaces the model.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's
It's
the
not
College of Winterhold
replacing.
is
Oh, it's
placed
underground.
Yeah,
under
it's
it.
underground.
Okay, yeah.
I can like. Can I get as close to this? Nah, you can't see it anymore. It's properly hidden.
Vanilla does have a system for placing special building models, but it's usually alongside the holding, which is not exactly what.
Yeah,
we
it's
want.
not ideal.
We did
And
do that
it's-
for Crystal Tower, though, right? No, not.
Um,
No,
no,
we didn't
no,
end
we,
up
No,
we
with,
did.
but,
Yeah,
We did at some point, but we changed it.
yeah, we
yeah,
changed
the
it.
issue was
Yeah.
it placed it like to the left of it, which
Yeah, and we wanted it on the hill, and
yeah.
Yeah.
So we did the same, where it's just like inside of it.
Can you explain the crystal area in Alanor for people who don't know? I mean, the kind of short version of it is the Crystal Desert is caused by Crystal Tower and is just a cool biome. Kind of longer explanation of it is it's something inspired by Project Tamriel, which is a Morrowind mod project, and they have their own backstory for Crystal Like Law, where the Crystal Like Law was originally a giant soul gem, and it, exploded, and during its creation, that created the desert. We're not necessarily committed to that idea specifically. We just thought the Crystal Desert was a very cool idea
Really cool,
aesthetically.
and it does.
And so there it is. It's, I guess you could call it a reference to PT, but it's just it's there because of Crystal Lake Law is all you really need to know. And Crystal Lake Law is not like Crystal Lake Law in ESO in our version of Somerset. It's a little more unique.
Quite quickly before I don't have time, my cat is sitting on my computer, so if I suddenly vanish, it's because she turned it off. So just so you know.
Classic.
Yeah, that is a classic.
Goblin Weakling Culture Hybrid is definitely something I'm gonna try. Hybrid cultures will be turned off to begin with. There's a
And it wouldn't work anyway because they share the same heritage.
and they say share the same heritage, so you don't be able to do it anyway.
Yeah, they share the
What
same
effect do
heritage
the
with.
beauty traits have on non-human faces? At the moment, a lot of the custom ethnicities, beauty does very little. Yeah, it was a
Future,
pain
maybe.
to make it look correct. So at the moment, it's just very basic. Maybe it changes the complexion a little bit. Some ethnicities it has a more dramatic effect. But... Can I get my really powerful commander to lead this army? It says he's leading another army, and it makes me really sad. Why is he? Hold on, what's happening here? Project Tamriel, yeah. We work with different projects to some extent, at least with certain members. I'm actually a dev on Project Tamriel. Pretty recently, I've become a dev on Project Tamriel. I of course work on the Somerset stuff. But yeah, we also have a lot of stuff from Beyond Skyrim. Some location names from Beyond Skyrim, some location names from Tamriel. What's it called? The Morrowind mod Tamriel. I don't remember. TR.
Tamriel Rebuilt.
Tamriel Rebuilt. That's the one. Are there going to be diseases like in vanilla? I think most diseases are still in. Some of them are reflavored. Some of them have the same names.
Some of them are renamed. Yeah.
Like cancer is called rot. Lover's Pox is called Ticklebridge, which is just based on the game names. But like normal ones like ill, it's just ill. I remember there was a bug that made the first vampire woman a dragonborn. That's an OG Elder Kings story.
It doesn't seem to happen anymore. No.
Yeah,
I think that got
doesn't
fixed.
happen
I
anymore.
personally fixed it. Yeah,
Well, there you go.
wasn't
Thank
me.
you.
the carry of the entire mod.
Yeah.
It was around the time I implemented the Dragonborn trait.
I see.
Makes sense. I'd love to see Fudge Muppet play this and give their thoughts. Hopefully they've mentioned it on the podcast a few times. They follow us on Twitter, so maybe. But I don't know if that would appeal to their following really. I remember when they brought it up on the podcast, they said Crusader Kings 3 is not for everyone, which I think kind of implies they don't think their audience would be interested in it.
Yeah.
I mean, if Elder Scrolls 6 doesn't come out soon,
Yeah,
they might not
they'll
have a
need to find.
choice.
what are they
they'll need to
gonna
find
do?
things to do. They'll need to find things to do, right? And I think you do a sharp edit of CK3 gameplay, you can make it look
You
entertaining.
can make it interesting for sure.
And hey, they've shown footage from Morrowind mods and Skyrim mods in lore videos. Maybe they'll show some flyovers of Elder King's terrain or some portraits of Elder King's characters if they ever talk about characters that feature in EK, like some lore characters, maybe. But we haven't really reached out of them personally.
What was her name again? I forgot. The Lamaibal. Wasn't it?
Maybald, yeah.
That was that was her.
Yeah. She is also an ESO character.
True. Right, she
Oh,
is.
right, yeah.
She was mentioned in Low Friday or so, but she's
And she's also around still. She survived until now. In like our thing. Oh, how fitting! She the one legacy track she completed is Blood.
Oh.
This is the worst war I have ever participated in.
I doubt that. Don't you remember Poland?
I mean, okay, I got steamrolled as Poland a few times, but this is different. This is just like he's just sitting on his county and I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like see maybe I can get a court mage. Maybe I can.
I mean,
He's
you do
like,
have more troops than him, so.
But he's sitting in Mortrag. What's it called?
Motrag, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like
Motrag.
defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if you had
it's,
maybe picked something else than the Recalling Butchers, you might have maybe gotten it.
True.
and,
True. Maybe I
maybe
can use different
something to
names.
counter skirmishes could work.
I feel like you could get Scott into EK too. I know for a fact Scott plays Elder Kings 1. And he when he mentioned Elder Kings 2 on the podcast, he actually said he was recently playing Elder Kings 1, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah, I think so.
so he's an active Elder Kings player. So he'll probably play Elder Kings 2.
Some of the Fetch Muppet guys have also liked the stuff on our Twitter, as
Yeah.
far as I remember.
Yeah, a few times, yeah. They occasionally like stuff on Twitter and sometimes retweet. So
Good old
they're definitely
skills.
they're aware of the mod, but that doesn't mean they'll feature it necessarily. Oh well, the tweets doing pretty well. I did a very low effort tweet about the release date, and I didn't embed the video correctly.
No.
But it's doing well.
AJ, no.
I didn't tweet about the stream. I forgot about that.
That's
Oh,
fine.
Lord. Can't believe this.
I'm a
You're
great Twitter
ruining
page manager.
everything.
I'm a great Twitter page manager. I'm really doing a great job.
Again.
Will it be available for Game Pass? Oh no. Yeah, it was crazy seeing the reaction on the stream on ModCon, right? But I mean, I thought after seeing Lord of the Rings and seeing some of the reactions for God Heard You, how excited people were, I was like, okay, maybe this won't get as much of a reaction. But when Elder King's release date showed up on screen, the chat just popped off. It was insane.
It
The
was
chat was
really
going
funny.
like 5 times as fast as it was going through the rest of the stream. It's crazy. It's just it is so cool to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess worth reiterating. The mod originally was planned to release with some custom great house and council mechanics. They will not be making it to release, but they will be added in a later update. Most likely the same is also true for the patron interaction system, which is essentially like the CK2 China mechanics. Patron deities will still work. You can select patron deities; they give you bonuses. But Daedric boons, things like that, currently do not work, and so for balance and playtesting reasons, and so that we can get the mod in a more working stage, we will most likely cut patrons, the patron interactions menu.
The one
but,
on the side here,
it
not
remains
the one you can
Yeah.
interact with over the faith screen.
Right, so the faith screen patron menu, it will still be in. You'll be able to select patrons, follow different patron gods. That's all working fine.
Yeah.
It's the patron boons, like the China screen essentially, that
Yeah.
might be cut before release and then added later on. And that's the case for a lot of mechanics. That some mechanics were like, okay, we can finish this now, we can refine this, we can get this ready for release on time. And some mechanics were like, okay, this will probably not be ready for a long time. We wanna focus on other stuff, give them in good order, and then implement it in an update. Is there a Patreon to donate to? No, we do not have an official team Patreon. If you go on our Discord, some of our devs have individual Ko-fis and patrons for their own stuff. We all work on different projects and different things. So if you want to support any of the individual devs, you can do that on Discord. But we do not have a team Patreon. We do not make any money off the mod. Yeah, completely free mod. Your first act will be to destroy the Stormcloaks. The Stormcloaks don't exist yet.
Yep. So
Actually-
you already won.
You already succeeded. Well done.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Right, there's nobody of the dynasty around, right? Because
I don't think so.
the first
No, I
Stormcloak
believe
is
so.
around in ESO times, but
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're too early for them to show up on our map at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we could if we wanted to, probably, but yeah.
Nah.
No,
I
it's
know
not.
I know there was one in EK1.
Yeah, but that was all. Was that in Interregnum? I think that was in Interregnum.
So that
Yeah.
there was an Interregnum, but obviously EK1 is I would say less lore accurate overall, but definitely also doesn't have a benefit of ESO information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose we could add one if we wanted to.
I suppose.
Might not.
Maybe if the
I
second
guess-
start,
Yeah,
not the first.
or the third, or
Yeah.
something like. So after release, we of course plan to reintroduce some start dates which are missing from EK1 so far. We don't know which ones exactly and when they will come out, but eventually. So they can probably
I
find a way
enjoy
to place there.
regarding the CA3 shallow overall, but I think Elder Scrolls will translate to it very well. I would say I just the limited amount of times I've been playing Elder Kings 2, even though it has less features overall than Elder Kings 1, because Elder Kings 1 has been in development for like 10 years.
Not, yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Oh, I'm old.
I do think I enjoy Elder Kings 2 a lot more than I enjoy Elder Kings 1. It's to me, even if in its quite unpolished state at the moment, though it is getting better, heading towards release, and with a magic system especially, it's really nice. I actually think this is more fun than Elder Kings 1 was, and I really like Crusader Kings 2, and I think I prefer Crusader Kings 2 vanilla over Crusader Kings 3 vanilla. I think I'm in the minority there because Crusader Kings 2 is janky as fuck.
It is, but I love that game. So
I also think part of that is nostalgia, right?
yeah.
But I also have nostalgia for the Kings 1, and but maybe I'm biased because I work on Elder Kings 2, but I think Elder
No.
Kings 2 is a step above Elder Kings 1. even in its more feature bare state. But we have many years to catch up.
That we do.
Initial Kingdom and Empire de Jeux.
I can actually show them. I think they haven't changed yet.
Yeah, I don't think. From what I can
Well, the
tell, they haven't
empires
changed.
have. Oh no, the empires haven't changed either yet. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the empires are fine. And the
looks all good.
kingdoms also. Yeah. That's the setup. Oh, so someone asked for the duchy setup, I think, some days ago on the Discord, which is of course much more granular.
Yeah, that's a bit. Yeah, that's a bit difficult to.
Yeah, it'd be great
In this
to. I
case.
agree, it'd be great to see more governments in CK3 at some point. But Elder Kings has some more governments.
Yeah, we have some.
Of course, we have autocracy. That's the main one. But autocracy replaces clan government, so it's not really an additional government. It's a replacement. Autocracy is used throughout most of Tamriel. It has slightly different mechanics to clan. It's a little more fun, and it makes use of the vassal contract a lot better. We have hierarchy. We have pirate government. I think that's about it. I mean,
There's a
ceremonial
ceremoniarchy, yeah.
ceremoniarchy,
Yeah.
of course, which I came up with, so I should have known
Yeah,
that.
Who do you forget ceremony?
Oh, and we also have academies, which are not playable, but
Yeah.
they're around, like,
Yeah.
here.
There's also technically like landed orders or military orders or whatever, but they're
Yeah.
like also not playable.
Yeah.
They're pretty much holy orders. but
I
not
think there's
playable.
one around here, yeah. The Dawn Guard is around.
Royal Court works for autocracy. It works for ceremoniarchy. It works for feudal. It works for pirate. It works for hierarchy.
The
It does
only
not
one
work
it
for tribal.
doesn't work for in our mod, which it does in vanilla, is tribal. Yeah, we
Yeah,
decided
and that's
Yeah.
intentional.
it just doesn't fit.
design.
Yeah, yeah.
Ceremoniarchy was made by Dionysia, and kind of the concept is one I came up with, and it's based on kind of some lore about how Outlaw rule and the kind of more rights kind of system, and the focus on praxis and adhering to social norms.
Oh
And it's
yeah,
quite interesting.
Nakas. By the way, I don't think the High Kings are using the Crown of Verity decision or whatever it is.
Live bug fixing.
Yeah.
Or
Like,
maybe he is, and he's failing the event.
doesn't she get a modifier too if she fails?
I don't think so. I can't remember.
Okay.
Worth
I'll-
looking
But she
I'll-
into.
doesn't
I'll
have a
look into that.
modifier right now, yeah.
Oh,
She also hasn't it equipped, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. What's
but
going on exactly.
the she oh yeah, she has it. Okay.
Yeah, she does have it.
Oh, Svarta's still around.
Crown of
Yeah,
Verity.
he's Swada's still around, but Freydis died.
Oh, he killed his own son. Lovely.
Oh, did
Classic-
he?
classic
Oh,
Swada
classic
moment.
Swada.
Is the general lag the same as base game CK3? Yeah, the performance is pretty.
My son was
pretty similar.
executed.
At least at the moment. We have had moments in development where it was a lot less stable. At the moment, it's pretty stable. We have had some problems with crashes, but it seems at least this game is running pretty well.
Yeah, now you
Oh.
jinxed it, of course, but
Well, now,
yeah.
now an archive is going to crash in 5 seconds. And,
I mean, I did
Yeah.
crash earlier in the stream
yeah, you did.
when
crash,
I
yeah.
was in single player.
Yeah, I do think it might be because we're like on like very low speed.
I would say
Sure.
compared to
Yeah.
currently released total conversions, it's a lot more stable than most currently released total conversions.
Yeah, for some reason on high speed it seems it might sometimes crash, but I'm not
For some
exactly sure
players,
why. For
it
some
doesn't crash
players,
for
yeah.
all of our devs. For instance, I've not had any crashing issues, but
Yeah.
Anarchas crashes on every third of Morningstar. So,
Yep.
that's interesting.
It's like a date fix something.
Yeah.
But you're fine currently, right? I mean, you've been with us
Yeah,
for
it's been
6 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 years is almost what I get when I'm playing single player, sir.
And Atreus is already losing
Like
to
6 to 8
percentage.
years,
He's
you tend to
losing
get
pretty
blood
hard.
pressure.
Go Exneras. And Exneras for once is not fat, which is interesting.
Not
I mean, we
yet.
did remove the. We did remove.
We
the
did
thing,
remove the
but-
feast thing, but
Not
he.
yet.
I remember after I removed it, he was still fat one time. I don't mind him being
Yep.
fat. I find it interesting, but he was fat every
Yeah.
single time. Also,
he's
Fiddler
also
tends to get
Oh.
fat, but he's also not fat this time, so that's interesting.
there's also obviously some balancing needed with Atreus and the Potentates because
I think a lot of the balancing will have to be done after the mod's released,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
we don't have enough of a pool of
Yeah.
casting at the moment.
yeah,
but it's
ideally Atreus should be winning more often than
Like
he loses.
70% of the time or something, maybe, or 80% of the time.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh no.
Could we see some more Gonian character models? Yes, we can, I think. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're work in progress.
Very
we
there
much.
is some
do not-
body
Like,
textures.
yeah, the
but
body
for the
textures are.
they don't have custom clothing at the moment. They're using placeholder clothing. But I think they look pretty good still overall.
Yeah. I don't think they have tails right now, which
They
we
don't have tails right
but
now.
they
We
haven't
have,
been
yeah,
attached.
I have a tail model. I have it rigged and everything.
And
It's just-
their like little horns are showing up on the line of discs.
right.
I just found one.
Oh
Yeah.
really?
So some,
Oh yeah,
some,
they would, wouldn't they? Yeah, they would.
Oh, wait.
There's some issues sometimes, but
Was it the Jesus? the Josiah's the Jesus? Argonian Jesus. Yes.
believe it
Good.
or not, but it's not an intentional reference to Jesus. Wesh just did that by accident.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I
Yeah,
found the.
they need to be
By
excluded from
accident.
the. Yeah, right.
He has some different Argonians from the
Has any
Dres
key people
border.
at Bethesda ever talked to you about how cool your mod is? Nope.
Hmm.
Will there be a negative social modifier between Argonians and Khajiits? No,
No,
nothing.
not
Why
specifically.
would there be? Why would there be?
Yeah, I
why
don't
would
think
there
they
be?
will.
I mean,
think they have it-
historically they have been fighting over the Neban area, but I mean, every culture has been at war with
Fighting-
any other
yeah,
culture
if-
over any given
But
area,
of
really.
course, the
If-
standard cultural acceptance and stuff is still
Yeah.
in the fight. So-
Yeah, and it feels more
If
like
we-
them fighting the Imperials over the Niven rather than fighting each other as much.
Also,
we
the
don't-
entire
don't
have
Dunmer
any-
thing.
Yeah, we don't have any dedicated racism mechanics, so to speak.
No.
But the Nords still really love fucking up the orcs,
Yeah,
for
they
example.
do.
So
Yeah.
Everyone loves fucking up the Nords, to be fair.
The orcs,
Very efficient
yeah,
with that one.
but- so it's yeah, it is a thing.
Though at the moment they have been rather quiet, really. I mean, Helgen even didn't join up with the Rift or Whiterun this time
at
around.
the moment, Yashnik has been doing surprisingly well, but he hasn't even conquered anything yet, I guess.
Just Helgen. Like,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Candy
yes, conquered a
Helgen.
bit of Helgen,
Yeah,
sure.
he has taken Helgen.
Did you show the Thracian Reef already, or is that a surprise for later?
Ooh,
Ooh.
big.
We could take a
That's a
peek,
good
I
one.
guess.
Take a little peek.
Yeah, so we have shown off the Sisters here. And famously, like 2,000 years ago, the All Flags Navy was made there, constructed there. It was a navy of lots of different cultures of Tamriel to fight off the Thracian danger, the Slodes, yeah. And so just west of it, you'll see the remnants of said Thras, because they managed to sink it entirely, and not just sink it. I think they transported parts of it into Oblivion too. And
It
so
does, but it's gone.
yeah,
It's
it's gone. As you can see, wiped
Most
clean.
loads, at least for now, for the foreseeable future. But with a custom rigged creatures, technically anything is possible, I guess. But yeah,
Oh
Yes.
god.
really no promises. Sload Gang is possible theoretically.
Yes.
I think it'd be cool to have Nagasta in
Yeah, it'd be cool.
in-
Trevor's an event, sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Slowed adventures. Yeah.
Slow adventurous. Oh god. Maybe not. But you know, on the hills of Spine, have like a holding and have Nagastava, maybe that could be possible. But I think slows would require a lot of changes to base vanilla mechanics to be lore accurate. Because slows don't
Sure.
marry, slows don't form relationships, slows don't take care of their children. So,
Yeah, they make
which is
soap
basically
out of it
They're
too.
making so much of them, yeah.
basically in spite of every CK3 mechanic. So, but not a great fit for the CK3
Yeah.
mechanically speaking. But I guess with a lot of adjustments and making them not marry and making them immortal, and making it so that if you die, I guess you just game over, right? Um,
Or you do, or
they
I
could
guess
be
similar to
playable,
the
but
Daedra, I suppose.
yeah, it's similar to
Yeah.
Dromora can they can't have children either. They can marry, but they can't have children. So I guess it could be something similar to that. Dromora can
Yeah.
summon eyes from Oblivion.
You could like choose an heir or something
Yeah, like
Yeah.
as a load. Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, like-
and
No.
we went out of sync.
Oh no. Okay. We're rejoining. What are we doing?
Yes, we can rejoin. I mean, the stream has been going on for a
Yeah,
while
it
now.
has been going on for a
Yeah.
while. I think we
we have
could just
answered.
cut it at the moment, really.
Yeah, we have answered every conceivable question. I think.
Yeah, we
Will there
have
be an
answered
end
a lot
date?
of
Is the
questions.
last question we'll be answering, and yes.
Same, yeah, but mostly same as in vanilla. You will be able to continue playing,
Yeah.
etc., etc.
So the
But
planned end date.
the end content is the third era. The start of the third era.
Yeah,
is it?
the planned end date will be the canon ending of the second era. Actually, I can show it in the game rules. Where is it? End date, no end date, but as you can see here, the end date normally would be 2E 896. That would make about 440 years for you to play, and of course you can continue afterwards.
Yeah,
How
the
will the
last
eras
thing
of cultures
planned
work?
basically is Tiber Septim showing up and doing like all his beautiful Tiber
Right,
Septim
yeah.
things.
It would be
Yeah.
super nice. Eventually, get some cool events regarding Type Deception. We have some ideas already thrown around, but it's of course, you know,
Work in progress when
Very
it
much
might,
so,
yeah.
might happen.
you know, it's not, it's nothing that would stop us from releasing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, although we're pretty happy with how the mod is progressing
Yeah,
and where we are right now. So
it's very fun. It's got a lot of custom features and mechanics and flavor, and
yeah, and pretty much very much
we'll-
playable.
we'll just keep working on it post-release as long as there's interest.
We have interest in doing it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, we should wrap
Yeah,
it up, I
we
think.
can wrap it up for sure.
Throw us in the Waggle Tower throne room, and we can do an outro or something.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There we
thanks
go.
everyone for showing up. We hope you enjoyed the reveal trailer. We hope you enjoyed the stream. And if you ever have any questions, this isn't your last chance. You can of course ask us on Discord.
Yeah. Join our Discord, ask your
Join our
questions there. We're
Discord.
open for everything.
Follow our
really.
Twitter for
No
updates.
stupid questions.
There's also
If you
a
ask
subreddit
stupid questions,
where you
you get
can.
banned. So
There's also a subreddit where you can post and ask questions, of course.
yeah.
Yeah.
And keep rewatching a trailer 'cause it's really cool.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I will probably do that as well.
For
I
those
think
who dropped in here, directly after the ModCon stream, the trailer is also uploaded as a separate video on this very channel here. So go watch this right now.
we can. I think when you end stream, you can set it to play the video immediately.
I don't think I
I don't
can
know.
shove people there, no.
Okay. Well,
But I
thanks
can.
everyone for watching.
I can post the link in
Yeah.
the channel.
Sure.
I'm doing a pull request right now.
You don't have to because we're already fixing bugs and shit.
No, it was some commits that I didn't.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll have a look in a minute. Yeah,
Okay.
thanks everyone for showing up. It was great having you. We're very excited to release the mod, and yeah, see you on the Discord and so on.